Hi, Jim Dowdalls. This is week 1, day 2 demonstration. We're going to talk about slow contour line drawing. It's pretty much the opposite of what we did on Tuesday, what we did on the first day, which was all gesture. Gesture is great. Contour line drawing is pretty special as well. If you look at the PowerPoint presentation that I sent to you with this video, you'll see some examples, some really good examples of slow contour line drawing. Okay, so same materials that we used for the gesture, except you're only going to do, the difference is you're only going to do one drawing per page, okay? We're not going to do a lot of them. We're going to do probably around maybe 10 to 12, maybe a few more. We did a lot of gestures on Tuesday. We're going to do probably half of that for contour line because it takes longer. I'd like you to spend about 10 minutes on each drawing, and again, if you can have a timer handy, egg timer, or your phone probably has a timer on it. Limit it to 10 minutes, and you can do a couple of 5-minute warm-ups too. We're also going to do something called blind contour line drawing of the figure, and both of these ways to draw are really hand-eye coordination exercises, and you have to remember that that's what they are, and you want to treat them that way. So let's get started with some slow contour line drawing. So start on the neck, and you're not doing a gesture drawing. And normally it wouldn't be a good idea to be talking while you're doing this, but I'm kind of explaining where I'm going with this. Going around his back. Now I've got muscle here and under his arm, and I want to play around with that muscle. I want to add it in as if it's a shadow. And then back into the upper arm and the scapula. Try to keep your pencil, if not always on the paper, just continuously moving, even if you don't make a mark. So I'm coming back up here and I'm seeing some shade and shadow. The reason I stopped instead of going all the way around was I wanted to come back into the figure, and that's what I want you to do. And I want you to experiment with line weight. And I don't want you to worry about what it looks like. Where should you include your line weight? Well, you can think about areas that are not getting lit to start with. There's his elbow. Take your time with this. Okay, so we're going to come back in to his chest. You could blow up the head and just draw the head and spend as much time as you want on it. 5 minutes. You could spend a full minute on just his ear. And then he's got all these overlapping creases that you can bring in. Okay? Now this is going to be about a 10-minute drawing for me, or a 5-minute drawing, sorry, because I want to do another one. But I'd like you to think about doing at least 10. And it's not about sketching. And try to make that one line last. I want to strengthen that line a little bit more. It's not about sketching, it's about slowly looking and experimenting with line weight, and that's about it. It's hand-eye coordination, okay? So don't go fast, take your time. Okay, on this one I want to focus on, maybe work a little bit larger. I want to focus on this model's back, because that seems like that's where all the action's at. So right down into the butt. So I want to come back right away and start working with the form. So I've got deltoid muscle, trapezius muscle, arm right into the elbow. You can see where the muscle comes in. It's a little broken in here, so not broken muscle, but broken light. And you can see that. There's a nice cast shadow under here. And there's a little bit, maybe accent that line a little bit more where the bottom of the arm is. Okay. Right down to the wrist. Come back up. A little bit of overlap. Wrist bone. A little bit of muscle right here. You could spend 2 or 3 minutes just on his hand here. Thumb. All the while I'm holding my pencil underhand here. So that I can get the most expressive line that I can. There's one more finger under there. Okay, so let's come back up here again. And there might be a temptation to sketch it out, but just try to go nice and slow, make each mark count. And I've taken up probably as much time as I should on this one. It's always kind of crazy when that buzzer goes off and you want it to keep on going, but oh well, that's the end of a drawing. Okay, let's do one more, and I'm going to demonstrate a blind contour. So this will be a blind contour. Start anywhere, but don't look at your paper. You're only looking at the image in front of you. All right, so I'm going to start with Barry's head, and I'm going to go all around the skull. Continue on through the shoulder, trapezius muscle, and deltoid. Okay, so I've drawn the outside edge of his profile, upper profile. I want to come in. Now if you want to relocate your pencil and take a look and see what you need to do, I want to vary my line more. So let's start right here, but now before you start drawing, you're looking at the model again, okay? So, clavicle, collarbone, comes right down into the chest. I'm not cheating, I'm only looking at the photo. Let's draw the hand. across the knuckles. Really weighted there. Other side of the hand. Fingers. Pinky. Joint. Other next finger over. Joint. Other finger. Okay. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look pretty bad. The more you do, the better you get. Let's come back up here with the fingers on the head, and then we'll finish this up. Okay, so I'm relocating a little bit of facial features. Nose. Eyebrow. Eye socket. If it's starting to look like Picasso, that's probably a good thing. Picasso in his later years, not his student years. Okay, don't cheat when you do this. Don't cheat. It's an exercise. Okay? All right. So now you're ready to do some slow contour line drawing and some blind contour line drawing. And also, we're going to do some more gesture drawing today. So see my PowerPoint presentation on exactly how we're going to do the day. But that was my demo on contour line drawing.